South Africa, a land of rolling hills, rivers, and Table Mountain, doing the most for Instagram vibes. But rewind to the 20th century, and oh boy, South Africa was a whole mess. Think racial oppression on steroids. Imagine an elephant stomping on a mouse's tail, but plot twist, the mouse fights back and wins. The heroes? Nelson Mandela, Steve Biko, Walter Sisulu, Oliver Tambo, and a whole squad of legends. They didn't just fight, they slayed the system. Mandela, aka the GOAT of human rights, once said, "Never, never again will this beautiful land experience the oppression of one by another." How it all started. Before the white folks rolled in, South Africa was home to the Khoikhoi, San, and the Bantu people. They were chilling until, cue dramatic music, the Dutch East India Company pulled up in 1652. Locals probably thought, who are these guys ruining our beach day? Spoiler alert, they stayed, brought guns, and claimed land like they invented it. Fast forward to 1795. Britain showed up like, "Step aside, Dutchies." After booting out the Dutch, they went on a conquering spree, messing with locals like the Zulu and Xhosa. By the 1800s, things were full-on chaotic. The Boers, Dutch descendants, decided, let's great trek out of here, and they went north, dragging their colonizer vibes along. But wait, it gets juicier. The Zulu kingdom, under King Shaka Zulu, clapped back. They were the Beyoncé of military strategy back then, winning battles like Isandlwana in 1879. Sadly, the British didn't take the L well and came back with extra troops. Apartheid, a wildly bad idea. Now, let's talk about apartheid, South Africa's longest-running bad decision. Picture this, an all-white government saying, let's separate everything based on skin color. Genius, right? Wrong. Under apartheid, 87% of South Africa's land was for white folks, and black South Africans were thrown into overcrowded Bantustans, basically poverty traps. Families were split by ridiculous racial classifications. One day you're black, the next day the government decides, nah, you're colored now. They banned black people from voting, living in prime areas, and even chilling at the beach. Wild, right? Then came the gold rush of 1886, and things went from bad to worse. Mining tycoons like Cecil Rhodes, yes, that Rhodes, kicked locals off their land to dig up gold. In 1948, apartheid became official policy. It was segregation on steroids. By the 1970s, they even tried forcing Afrikaans, the colonizers' language, on black students, sparking the Soweto uprising of 1976. If you've watched Sarafina, you already know the vibe. Youth rising up, fighting back, and showing the world they weren't here for this nonsense. The fight for freedom. Enter the heroes. Nelson Mandela, the ANC, Steve Biko's Black Consciousness Movement, and more. They didn't just march and protest, they made it fashion. Mandela co-founded the ANC's military wing, Umkhonto we Sizwe, cool name alert, Spear of the Nation. But apartheid didn't go down without a fight. The Sharperville massacre of 1960 saw police shooting unarmed protesters. Then there was Soweto in 1976. Tear gas, bullets, and a generation of students saying, "Not today, Satan." Mandela spent 27 years in prison, but kept the revolution alive. Even locked up, he was that guy. In 1990, he walked free, grey-haired but full of fire. 4 years later, South Africa had its first democratic elections, and Mandela became president. From apartheid to Rainbow Nation today, South Africa shines as the Rainbow Nation, a diverse, resilient land that clapped back at centuries of oppression. Madiba didn't just change South Africa, he inspired the world. And there you have it, a wild ride from chaos to democracy. Don't forget to like, comment, and share for more spicy